This part of the show hosted by Rhiannon and Pierre.
Oh, hello, Pierre. I see that you have the midterm for the sophomores.
Yes, I do. And it would be very good if the sophomores would study very hard.
Oh, yes, I think that's a wonderful idea. So what's on the midterm, Pierre?
Well, it has all the literature that they studied, just like Mr. Nance said it would. Let's start with the first thing, the Great Typo Hunt. It might be a good idea if they looked at that first part of the test from last time, where it talks about, the quest story and the hero's journey. In fact, it'll probably have very similar questions, where it has the picture of the quest story and questions about how that matches their trip.
Oh, that's wonderful, Pierre. I'm so excited. I love quest stories.
The next part of the show is hosted by an orange and a banana.
Hey there, Banana. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm just fine. Hey, did you see the midterm for the sophomores?
No, I didn't. Mr. Nance doesn't like bananas because he's allergic to us, so he didn't show me the midterm. What's on the midterm?
Oh, all kinds of important things, like that Phantom of the Opera stuff. Remember the Phantom of the Opera stuff? Well, don't forget the marked for greatness idea, that a physical mark represents something about who a character truly is, and sets them apart for important action, like the Phantom himself. Oh, and also vampirism. Remember how one character feeds off of another? That's all important too. And symbolism. Don't forget the symbolism, especially the symbolism of the rose. In fact, it's a sure bet Mr. Nance is going to ask about how the rose is symbolized in the story, in multiple places. Not just generally, but specifically.
Oh, that's great. I hope I do well.
Me too.
Interlude. A nice passage from Midsummer Night's Dream. Do you remember this passage? Do you remember what it means? I hope you do. What about this one?
Ah, shaky camera!
At a convention for staplers.
Hey guys, how you doing? What's up?
Oh, we're all just studying for the midterm for the sophomores.
Why? We're staplers. We don't take the midterm.
Well, actually, I stapled several of them.
Well, I guess that's true. So, what did it look like when you stapled them?
Oh, well, I saw a whole lot of stuff about Midsummer Night's Dream. I hope they studied Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah, we already saw some of the passages on that.
Oh, yeah, I think I know something about the fairies, something about the lovers, all that stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Well, it's more than just that. They have to know the difference between comedy and tragedy. Like, what comedy shows about humanity?
Oh, that's not so hard. Comedy shows about human folly and how foolish human beings can be, as opposed to a tragedy.
Yeah, tragedy talks all about human greatness and strength.
Yeah, that's right. Cool. Ha 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 ha.
That's right, but there's also other questions about Midsummer Night's Dream, like what the title itself means, where the dreams come from.
Oh yeah, that has to do with Puck's speech at the end, doesn't it?
Well, that's not all. It has to do with Puck's speech about all this being a dream, but also about the lovers, about the dream that Hermia has in the middle of it. There's lots about dreams in the play. I hope they remember it all.
I'm sure they'll review it all. I'm not too worried.
Hey guys, how's it going? I'm just listening and taking everything in, trying to study myself, just in case staplers have to take it after all.
Yeah, I know. Your spine got broken a long time ago. Student broke your spring out, so you don't work quite so well anymore.
Yeah, but I'm still the best stapler for the bulletin boards.
Yeah, that's cool. So, what else about Midsummer Night's Dream on there? Anything else cool?
Yeah, there's a little bit more about Midsummer Night's Dream. Like, for instance, it talks about how the setting and the plot interact.
Oh, yeah, the setting and the plot. How, you have the Athens in the daytime. Yeah, versus the nighttime in the woods. Night and woods being chaos and magic.
Yeah, and Athens and day being order and structure, and how those kind of fit the whole plot diagram.
Yep, the exposition and the denouement all happen in the daytime in Athens.
Yeah, and the night in the woods as the plot thickens. So it's right up there by the climax. The closer to the climax, the closer to midnight.
That's right, how cool. Anything else?
No, I'm just taking this all in, guys. Just keep going.
I think that's most of it for Midsummer Night's Dream, as long as you got the general ideas. Don't forget the fairy plot, the lover's plot, the rude mechanicals, all that stuff. But I think they'll have it covered. I think they'll do pretty well.
Yeah, I sure hope so. I hope they study it hard. Hey, how's it going, guys? I just want to hear more about the the Midsummer Night's Dream.
Hey, are tape dispensers allowed in a stapler convention?
I don't know, but we shouldn't make fun of them because, we learned all about that when we talked about Bottom and the play and stuff.
Yeah, right, I guess you can join us. How's it going, tape dispenser?
Good, I like to affix things too.
And now back to a banana and an orange. Hey, Banana, how's it going?
I'm doing just great. How are you doing?
Hey, I was still thinking about that midterm. I was thinking about that Till We Have Faces part of the midterm. You remember that book, Till We Have Faces?
Oh yeah, after all, we have faces drawn on with permanent marker.
Yeah, that's right. I wonder if that affects our taste. We're probably kind of toxic now that we have permanent marker on us.
Yeah, but at least we have thick peelings.
That's true. So what about Till We Have Faces? What's on the test about Till We Have Faces? They've never taken a test over that before because they just finished it.
Yeah, that's right, but it deals with some of the themes that they've looked at, like beauty, knowledge, power, and love. They have to be able to talk about how each of those ideas shows up in the book and what it means, giving examples.
Oh, they should have plenty of examples after doing all their cards.
I should sure hope so, Orange. Oh, they also have to know what Ungut symbolizes.
Oh yeah, Ungut, she's Venus, right?
Yeah, but she's more than that. She symbolizes the ugliness and the selfishness and jealousy that Oral feels towards her sister Psyche. After all, she represents the jealous Venus, who causes Psyche's problems in the first place.
Oh yeah, it is complicated, isn't it?
They also have to know about how the myth was changed.
How was the myth changed?
Well, in the original, Psyche's not a very strong character. She listens to her sister and succumbs just because she's curious and weak. But in this version, she listens to her sister because she really knows what love is. It's a little bit different. And with a stronger Psyche, we get to focus more on Oral and her problem, and her selfishness and what that means to us, how it shows our own humanity, and how our own loves can be selfish sometimes. We may think we love somebody, but really we mostly love ourselves.
Oh, that's kind of depressing.
Yeah, but it all works out in the end, because things turn around. In fact, the title, Till We Have Faces, has to do with the idea that Oral has to find herself and truly understand her own voice. The fact that once she understands her complaint and how shallow and hollow it is, she can find her true face and truly learn how to become beautiful, which she does in the end. It's a pretty exciting book.
Oh yeah, I really like that. That's pretty neat. What was that term that we were supposed to know in order to talk about, the gods and the god of the Grey Mountain?
Oh yeah, when you come in contact with something that's surreal and supernatural, like a talking banana, that's called coming in contact with the numinous.
Yeah, I'm not sure a talking banana counts as the numinous, but maybe more like a vision or something cool that just overwhelms you. That's numinous. I hope they remember that term.
Me too, Orange. Me too.
So, Pierre, why did you just throw the test on the ground?
I didn't mean to. I'm just a tree. It's kind of hard to hold on to a test when you're a tree.
You're more of a shrub, actually. Isn't your name Vigna? Aren't you like a vine or something?
Well, yeah, technically I'm down in the inferno, but I'm trying to help out here.
Yeah, I know. So tell me about the sonnet test. What's on the sonnet test?
Well, it's pretty simple, actually. It's very similar to the sonnet test they already had. It's just those same sort of questions we've asked over and over again about iambic pentameter, about rhyme, about argument and conclusion, all that sort of stuff. It's not too complicated. I hope they just remember what we did over and over again.
Me too, and I certainly hope they remember the grammar.
Oh, me too. We've been over and over and over that. But of course they need to remember relative clauses, and subordinate clauses, and independent clauses.
Yeah, relative clauses have those relative pronouns like who, that, which, those sorts of things, right?
That's right. They also need to remember the subordinate clauses start with subordinating conjunctions, like because, if, when, that sort of thing. I hope they're paying attention.
Me too. I certainly hope they're paying attention.
Yep, they need to pay attention especially to the subjects and verbs, because every pair of subjects and verbs makes a new clause, doesn't it?
That's right. So if there's a new clause, it must be some kind of separation between the two clauses. They're probably joined by some kind of conjunction or something. Maybe a subordinating conjunction, maybe a relative pronoun, maybe a coordinating conjunction. Sometimes they're just connected by a semicolon, but I don't think that's on the test, is it?
No, that's not on this test, so they shouldn't worry about that too much. But they should sure pay attention to those other things as well, like infinitives, infinitives.
That's right, infinitives are important. And participles, those sorts of things, I gotta pay attention to those because those can distract them. Sometimes those things look like verbs.
That's right. They do look like verbs. They're not acting like verbs, are they?
Nope, they're not acting like verbs at all.
All right. Well, I hope they pay attention to all that stuff.